guys, my ashitabas are about to flower. That's why I've hidden them under this shade cloth here, because ashitabas really like part shade or even full shade. The more shade you give them, obviously not in darkness, but the more shade you give them, the more dark green it actually produces, and the slower they would start to flower. So today in this video, I want to take you guys through like basically the life cycle of an ashitaba, because some of you guys were asking me, how do you propagate them, and you know, what do you do with them when they flower, things like that. So I want to bring you guys up close and show you what's behind this curtain. Come on in, you guys. You don't want to miss this. Let me see how I can bring you in. Here are the ashitabas. Something about them being in the shade and under this cover just makes me feel like they're so, it's just extra cozy in here. Oh my gosh. Ta-da! Here they are. Aren't they beautiful? Alright, so you guys can see I am now actually stepping on like almost 2 feet, and this thing is still way taller than me. If there was more room and I stood inside, it would look like I'm in a forest of ashitabas. So this is pretty much what they look like. So if you look under this, you'll see that the ashitabas are pushing 5 feet, and they might even get up to 6 feet tall when the flower stalk sends up. Usually ashitabas start off looking so much like baby parsley or baby celery. You almost cannot tell the seedlings apart. Once they start growing, you can see that they start producing more leaves on each stem. You'll start seeing more of these jaggedy like leaves, and they'll start kind of like fanned out more. And eventually, you know, the plants, the bigger they get, the taller they, you know, become, obviously, and each stem would, you know, as they mature, each stem would push out, giving more leaves, more growth. And once you start seeing that the plants are growing super fast, usually it is a sign that they're about to flower, just like this one here. When you look at the stalk, actually, it starts shooting out, like the stalk itself is like this. It's like I don't know, 3 feet tall. So when the stalk gets really thick and really long, you know that the ashitaba is about to flower. You can also tell by the center stalk. It'll get really thick, and the thicker they get, you know that they're really pushing through that flower stalk in the center. And the flower stalk really just reminds me a lot like carrots, you know, carrot and celery flowers, things like that. And they really attract the ladybugs, the baby ladybugs, but they also attract those aphids. So you really got to watch out, and by keeping those seeds healthy, by protecting them from those sort of pests when they're flowering, because you want to collect the seeds. Once the ashitaba flowers, the mother plant would die off, and you would have to either collect the seeds to grow them again, or usually if the seeds are that fresh, they would just start sprouting in your garden. Like, that's what I've noticed, is that you don't really have to do that much work when the seeds are so fresh. They kind of just come down and kind of grow back like weeds if the temperature is appropriate, that is. That does not happen here every single year, but I have seen them happen. The thing about ashitabas is that you can only grow them from seeds. And another way I have heard that you might be able to do it is that sometimes they might pop out little side, like baby shoots on the side. And I haven't tried, but I heard that you can get some success doing that. Not all the time, but there is a chance that you can successfully separate that baby plant and get them to grow and become a whole new plant. But other than that, you either grow it from there or from seeds. You cannot like take a stalk and try to root it. It does not work that way. But the ashitabas are just so beautiful. I really love the way they look. And that is why, like I said, the flower stalk's about to come up. So the plant just keeps getting taller and taller, pushing, you know, taller than this wall now. So I need to shade it off before the sun, the strong sun hits. It's gonna burn these leaves. And I really like maintaining these leaves nice and big. They're just so lush, so ornamental looking, but so medicinal. If you want to know how I eat this, there are some ways that I do eat them and juice them. I'll link you guys down below to a video where I've shown like multiple ways of how you can use this plant. So let me show you guys. There's another plant that I got lucky that suddenly I got like a unique seed, like that germinated, and it actually has like a red stalk. So let me show you guys. Aside from those ashitabas, these two are also about to flower. You can see that these two have been racing and beating the heights of the other ones that are growing next to them. This is the red one that I want to show you guys, is that it's got like this deeper red tone to the bottom of the stalk. And you can tell by, you know, the two that this one does have like a darker tone. And it has a bit more red in the stalk, so it is just super beautiful. And you know, anything with the reds and purples in the vegetables and plants, it has the anthocyanin, which is for the anti-cancer properties. So I'm really excited about saving the seeds of this particular plant. And you can see this one next to it is shooting up larger as well, and the stalks are getting bigger and thicker compared to the ones next to them. They are a lot more skinny, you know, the stems are more skinny, the leaves are smaller. So when the plants get up to this size, really all you need is one stalk. And that's usually plenty for a smoothie. Or you can pick a couple of stalks and add to your juices. Ashitabas are considered a biannual, meaning that they live about 2 years. But in my experience, they live for maybe about 3 to 4 years, sometimes even up to 5 years. Especially if you leave them in more shade, they won't flower as quickly. Or you can always just cut off the flower stalk and they'll probably live a little longer. Let's cut one up and show you guys. So here it is, you can see this is one stalk of ashitaba. This one was getting hit by the sun because it was like outside. But look at this thing. Woo! And then you can see that the sap is almost oozing out. So that's the yellow is the chalcone, which is the super medicinal potent part of this herb. Also, it can be in vegetable. I mean, it depends on how you use it. Oh, sorry, I'm like ripping. Oh God, sorry. Has like a nice cross between like a celery, parsley, carrot, a blend of those three kind of a flavor. So you can see one stalk is definitely plenty for the family, for juicing, for smoothies, even for soups or dry, for tea. Once the plants get big, the taller, the older they get, the bigger, the thicker the stalk they get, the taller they become, and the bigger the leaves will get as well. If you guys want to check out these plants, I have them available on my website. You can go check them out, but I'll leave the links of everything that I've mentioned, including my website, just below this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also hit that bell button right next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified once new videos are out. That's it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. See you right back here in the next one. Happy gardening. Bye.